Alright, so we should now be live on Twitch. Hello, welcome back to Uncanny Adventures, the haunted hamlet of Ravens Hill. We are back. This should be our finale episode for this adventure. Who knows what's going to happen. When last we met, the adventurers had stormed Raven's Crest Castle, killed a bunch of strange-looking kobolds, and had gotten inside where they were greeted somewhat friendly and told that they were running late and that they should follow the kobolds because the master was waiting. And meanwhile, our wonderful Kimmy, our druid, has separated from the party and is venturing elsewhere in the castle. And I believe also came in contact with a small kobold-type person who informed her that she is also very late and that there are things to be done and we need to get going. So we're back with Cullen, Scott, Casey, Ian, and Dylan, and we're gonna kick this off and see what happens. So, Dustin, Crona, Rustler, and Bree, you all are in the first floor of the castle. You had come through a back door, and there are some small little kobolds who have told you that you need to follow them downstairs. There's someone waiting for you, and I believe Dustin, you were game to tag along and see where this all went.
I was just trying to bypass all the little weaklings, go straight to the boss.
So if you guys will follow, one of them has run around a corner, and there is an opening, like a hole in the floor, trapdoor that's been opened, and you can see a set of wooden stairs that descends down into the darkness below.
I'm just not going first.
Rustler looks the rest of the group concerned.
Kimmy's not with us, right?
Right. That is true.
Maybe Dustin will ask, have you seen a short young lady around here?
The
nearest kobold.
The kobold that's kind of coming up behind you sort of stops and looks at you with a questioning look, and he's like, no.
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 Rustler audibly in Kimmy's voice says, "Cookie," to the kobold.
He puts a hand out. Oh, yeah. Cookie.
Wow. He doesn't have cookies. He's looking for his friend who gives him cookies.
Cookie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe she's downstairs already.
Are there a lot of people downstairs already?
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
The other people who were on time.
Like, can you give me a name?
I didn't ask.
Are they from the town?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's happening downstairs?
They're starting I don't know. It's like a meeting.
It's a meeting. Is there going to be refreshments at the meeting?
I don't know. They didn't. I'm not invited.
You're not invited. Are the rest of these people invited?
The ones that are there are invited, and you're invited.
But are the rest of the kobolds here invited? Or no?
They're supposed to stay up here.
What are you doing up here while we're downstairs?
Freaking kobold discrimination.
How do you know who's invited? Where's the guest list?
Yeah, is there a guest list? That's a good question.
They told us who to look for.
But they didn't give you anything in writing?
I don't read.
Maybe some pictures. Rustler did have his book out. He was about ready to write him a message, but he hears he can't read, and he shuts it frustrated.
Are you gonna draw me a picture?
No, I asked if you had pictures. Is there like a table in this room or chairs at all?
There's like a small table along the wall.
I'm gonna go sit on it and be like, I think we need to wait for our friend. She said she was gonna be here soon.
Maybe she's already downstairs.
Did you see someone with a lot of badges go downstairs?
No.
Then she's probably not downstairs.
Oh. Okay. Shoot. Well, where did you see her last?
I don't. That's a good question.
Okay, you stay with him, and he points at the other one, and I'll be back.
It's like Kobold Cult Lost and Found.
How many kobolds are there in this room?
There are 3 of them in this room, and one of them is now walking off to go see if he can find Kimmy.
What are the other 2 doing?
They're just sort of standing, looking rather impatient.
Okay.
Dustin starts like running his finger along the edge of his axe, like looking back and forth, like eyebrows.
As that one's leaving the room, Rustler is gonna be his roguey self and stab him in the back as swiftly and fastly as possible, and possibly maybe try to throw one of his daggers at another one that doesn't see it coming.
Okay, so go ahead and make your attack, and then I'll have everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Yes, this is good.
He was waiting for you guys to be like, we going down? Because he didn't want to like just throw that out of nowhere. Or,
man.
if you guys actually wanted to follow them, he wasn't sure.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah.
I'm super into this turn.
And that would totally have advantage because he was not expecting this. He thought you guys were buddies now. Oh my. All right. So
No, that's the rapier one. What about can I get a like offhand dagger throw?
well,
No.
yeah, so you stab the one that's leaving, like he turns around, he starts walking toward the door, and you just stab him through the back and like and you feel his weight slump on the rapier. As you pull it away, he drops. So now you can attack one of the other ones with your offhand weapon if you'd like to.
Kenku Kobold Solidarity is a lie.
Not sure if I have advantage on these or not.
The first one you did this one, because they saw you stab him, they see what you're doing.
Okay,
So,
I
yeah.
actually threw it, so I missed, I guess.
All right. Yeah. So you toss it and you will miss. So, I'm gonna move you guys to the map since we're back in the map. Move myself to the map, and then everybody can roll me initiative. As
I have the highest bonus, but I keep rolling so low on initiative.
it's okay.
Anyone at home that doesn't know, Rustler has plus 11 to his initiative.
Dear Lord.
Crona. What did Crona get? Oh, there he is. 12. Rustler.
I don't know if you need me to roll, but I did anyway.
Yeah, that's cool, because
Okay.
you probably will hear a commotion. My guys. Man, I'm glad I wrote down their initiatives and stuff. Oh, this will go well.
Rip.
All right, so Rustler, so you stab the one through, and then you throw your dagger at the other one, and they are so shocked that you can actually act again, Rustler, as you're the quickest on your feet.
I'm still lead initiative?
Yeah, you're still lead initiative.
Okay. Well, that was my one dagger, because I was only able to retrieve one of my 2. So I just rapier at the one that crit failed, I assume. He tried to swing at me and miss.
You
No,
can.
Or was that their initiative?
That was her.
That's their initiative.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's their sad initiative. All right, so. So you swing at him. So you kind of like jump forward and you stab at him, but you miss him again on that one. So then Crona, you are standing 5 feet away from one of these, and you're muted, so I'll unmute you.
Oh, I don't know why I was muted, but okay. All right. Let's see.
And can everyone see the map this week?
Yes.
Okay. So I fixed it.
All right. Considering I'm right near one, I might as well attack it. I will do my blood thing that I do.
Okay. So you draw your weapon across so that you are now igniting it with black flames.
Yep.
And a familiar form who hasn't been around in a while starts to coalesce. Where's my buddy?
Asshole.
Oh, come on. He looks so adorable, though.
Won't.
His cute little beady red eyes.
Yeah, so he pops up in the shadows behind Crona. The kobold's like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
You can still be an asshole. Have you never seen Child's Play? No, not Child's Play. What's the other one? I don't remember. Damn it.
All right, Crona.
Does that
So you swing your scimitar, and you will miss with an 11 to hit. So he backs up against the wall and like flings his hands, and you miss him. All right, and you only have the one attack?
I believe so.
All right, so Bree, you are toe-to-toe with this other kobold that's at the back door, and he's looking angrily at Rustler for trying to stab at him. What? And when he moves, you miss him with your short sword.
Yeah,
Thank you, roll 20.
attack.
You also, this time he sees you, so he's like, he ducks. And he kind of ducks against the back door and puts it between him and the blade. All right. So, Kimmy, you are upstairs. You went up to the 3rd level. And this kobold is, he says to you, you're late. You gotta go downstairs. I can take you.
Sure. I came through like the trap door, right? So
Yep.
I'll go back down the ladder and be like, let's go.
All right. And he comes down and he starts climbing down the ladder toward you. And as he gets to the bottom, you guys hear like muffled shouting coming from like the floor below, like where you guys are. And he's like, oh, what the hell's going on now? This way. He points at a set of stairs and he's going to start taking you that way.
Okay.
So he runs ahead of you.
Oh.
All right. So,
Bye, dude.
so Dustin.
This is pretty tight. There's not really anywhere for me to go.
It is pretty tight in there.
Can I get up on the table, maybe?
Yeah, you can definitely climb up on that table if you'd like to. Do you want to roll me on acrobatics just to see how well you do?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
18.
Yep, you go up behind Rustler, and anything that was on that table just clatters to the floor as you get up there. It kind of goes a little bit, like, up on one end and down on the other because you're very heavy for it.
That's right. I'll take a swing at this guy.
I'll give you advantage because now you've got the higher ground. You're kind of plunging your weapon down on him.
Heck yeah. Oh, thank you. 20.
That will hit him.
Oh my god.
Good, because all of us were doing
15 points of damage.
So,
that's max damage.
Dustin leaps up. The table tilts. The extra oomph from the table tilt and Dustin coming down. The table legs crack and Dustin just splits the kobold in half as he lands on the ground where the kobold was standing.
I want to skate down this table and on the floor.
Yep. You are standing on the floor. The table and the kobold are now in multiple pieces.
Boom. Sick.
So he's dead.
It's over, kobold.
The one standing toe-to-toe with Crona hears this clatter and this just shriek that gets cut off, and he looks at Crona and he's like, yeah, you're still late, but I'm going downstairs. And he disengages and he runs. You just hear as he's bolting down the stairs into the darkness below. He doesn't want anything to do with this.
Crona is okay with that.
On your shoulder, Crona, you hear, Oh, that's not too bad. You're scaring things now just by looking at them. I'm somewhat impressed.
I forgot that he still had that deep voice, even though he was in little teddy bear form.
You guys look around, and there is another kobold that sort of runs to this door, and he sees the one under Dustin's feet split in half, and he goes, downstairs! And then he pulls the door shut, and you hear, like, something latch, and you can't see him because the doors that were there are now closed. You just hear maybe footsteps moving away from it. So then, Rustler, what do you want to do? There are no kobolds in the room threatening. One has just shut the door on you from the other room, and one has run downstairs.
Like math symbols are going right now. Give me a second.
No worries.
He's probably, because he's act first, think later. He's going to go run for the one he can actually get, not the door.
All right, so you bolt toward the door. You note that as you get to it and pull, it seems like they turned a lock on the other side and have locked this door on you.
Okay, so there was the door, and then there was that one somewhere else.
There was one on the other side of the door where Crona's standing, but he said something about running downstairs, and you heard his footsteps receding down the staircase that's over there.
Okay, maybe. I actually don't think Rustler has thieves' tools. Give me a second.
The rogue doesn't have thieves' tools?
Oh, wait, I do. Okay. I was about to say, I know I have a bunch of mundane things. I didn't think I actually got thieves' tools. So
right.
He's not a thief rogue, so he can't do it as his cunning action, but I'll probably spend my full turn trying to open the big double door.
All right, you can roll me a dexterity check and add your proficiency modifier to that if you want to.
Is sleight of hand fine for that? Because
Sure.
Okay.
That'll work. All right. Oh, yeah. So it's not a very complicated lock, and you just managed to pick it, and you hear the inside the workings click. So you get the door to unlock. Do you want to open it or leave it for somebody else to open on this turn?
I open it because they went to run downstairs. I don't think there's any kobolds right on the other side of the door ready to attack.
All right. So when you swing it open, you do see about 20 feet across from you in this big sort of open room. It looks like a parlor. There are two more kobolds that are sort of looking back at the door like, and you also see there's like these spikes kind of grown across the ground, and there's a bunch of dead kobolds lying in the spikes, and it's like bloody and a mess. It looks kind of like something Kimmy would do, the spike growth bit. But yeah, so you still have a little bit of movement left. You only moved 5 feet to get to the door if you wanted to move further into the room.
They don't look like they're going to come towards me, right?
No, they look a little surprised that you got the door open.
Are any of these spikes in the way?
Not on this end of the room. The spikes are on the other end by the fireplace, so there's no spikes between you and the kobolds. But they can't get to the front door because of the spikes.
Where that another set of doors that I can see on the map, he's probably going to go there if he can reach that.
It's possible.
Okay.
Do you want to just stay in that open doorway and wait?
Yeah, I want to kind of like get in the way of them trying to get through there.
Okay. So Crona, the one that you were toe-to-toe with has bolted down the stairs. You can hear him running away. But you saw a Rustler pull these doors open. And there are a couple other kobolds beyond the doors where Rustler is. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Well, I guess Crona will move towards where Rustler is and then try to, I guess, shoot at that one there.
Okay, so you poke your head through the open door. And go ahead and give me a weapons attack.
Sorry, I was moving down there. I'm not sure if that changed the map for you guys or not.
Okay, the crossbow shot will hit for Crona.
Cool.
All right, so you hit him for 4 points of piercing damage, and he cries out in pain. And he's like, "Ow! Just go downstairs, for God's sake!" All right, and Crona, do you stay where you are inside the door? You've got about 20 feet more movement if you wanted to keep moving.
I believe Crona will. Let's see. Oh, Rustler actually went into the room.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I still saw his token here for a minute, so I was confused.
He kind of hesitated, and then he realized there was another door, and he ran and blocked the other door so they couldn't go through it.
I didn't know I could move my guy. I don't know Roll20 at all, so sorry.
I will move here.
Okay. So after Crona shoots and then runs, Bree, you are left standing looking at the small, shadowy figure with the red eyes for a moment, and then it darts after Crona, and then it's your turn.
I'm gonna go kill Kobold.
Killing kobolds is a good idea. I like it.
Poor kobolds. They were so polite and everything.
I know. Even now they're like, please just go downstairs, leave us alone.
Perfect. I actually have enough movement to get there and to flank with this one.
They watch you run between them, and they look at each other, and they're just like,
They don't even swipe at her?
because she doesn't leave their range, so they don't even get to swipe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you stab him. He's
Sorry.
like, he goes, ow! Why?
Little do we know, we're just committing genocide to kobolds and just want to make some form of peace treaty.
Yeah.
Do you have any more attacks, Bree?
Yes. I can actually. 1 second. For some reason. Where'd my character she go?
It's hiding. The kobold stole it.
Found it.
That's it. Kill them all.
That's
Are you stabbing the same one?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just asking.
Body just explodes.
He just slumps and he like grabs at the front of like Bree, like why? And he's gone.
I think they're trying to take us into the basement to lead us to our death. Okay.
Well, that's what we're thinking until we get proven otherwise.
So I'm killing it.
We just wanted to give you some cake.
So Kimmy, you're following this other kobold down the stairs. You get down to the first level, and you hear from beyond this big door, why? And the kobold stops and is like,
What's going on in there?
just a second. He moves to the door, and he just pushes it open a crack, and he like pulls it shut again, and he looks at you, and he's like,
Something wrong?
Yeah, I think we're getting invaded. Maybe we should wait here. And he sort of hunkers down against the door. What do you want to do,
hide
Kimmy?
somewhere safe?
We could go back upstairs. You think it's safer?
Well, I figured we just go to the basement. I mean,
Yeah, but we gotta go through there, and they're like killing everybody.
oh,
It's some crazy looking elf with like 2 swords.
Oh, that does sound crazy.
Yeah.
Who uses 2 swords?
Mm-hmm. Maybe if we just wait, maybe they won't know we're here.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna say, you know what? We shouldn't worry about it. And I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
I
knew it. I'm like, touch spell? Touch spell?
So I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
I was hoping it was just gonna be an instant goodbye and just kill.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like plane shift, negative energy
Oh my
plane.
god.
I've had a friend who played a really evil wizard, and he had his familiar just like fly on her shoulder and cast Death Touch or something.
Oh my god.
My lord.
Poor thing.
Sounds fun.
All right, so he needs a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's so good at these. No,
He's so wise.
ready? Come on.
Oh.
So he looks scared and he looks at you. He looks at Kimmy and he smiles his toothy, like sort of freaky grin, and he's like, "We're gonna be okay, friend. We're gonna be just fine."
Great. Let's go.
Are you sure?
Oh my god.
It's safe, trust me.
He puts his hand out for you to take his hand.
I'll snap off half a cookie from my pocket and give it to him.
He holds it in the other hand and looks at it like with the grin gets bigger, and he very like lets go of your hand for a second to open the door and then takes your hand again.
Rustler's gonna be very angry the next time he says cookie.
So, Bree, you have the line of sight to see a door open across the room, and you see Kimmy step out of the door hand in hand with a kobold. And the kobold is holding up a cookie.
Oh, hey, Bree.
The kobold standing next to Bree looks at the kobold with the cookie, looks at the kobold on the floor that's dead, and is like, "They're crazy! They're killing all of us!" All right, so Dustin, what do you want to do?
Can I see the kobold from the open doorway?
You can see him. Yep, you got a line of sight on him.
I'm gonna move in there.
Okay.
I think. So let's see.
You think?
Okay, and Dustin sees this table and he wants to get up on the table again because that worked really well last time.
All right, make an acrobatics check, Dustin.
Flanking!
Oh, yeah.
17.
Right up on the table.
All right, and then he's gonna take a swing at this guy.
Yeah, you'll have advantage because Bree is flanking.
20
Oh,
to hit.
yep,
Oh
that'll
my
hit him.
god.
13 points of slashing.
I was hoping it was max damage again too. I was gonna cry.
So the kobold is decapitated, and the one holding Kimmy's hand squeezes it tighter and looks at Kimmy, and he's like, "We should go. We should go. It's not okay. It's not okay, friend."
Just eat the cookie and close your eyes. It's fine.
He eats the cookie.
We are definitely genocide to innocent kobolds. I feel it. I feel it in my loins.
So Rustler, you can't see him, but you definitely heard another kobold talking to Kimmy around the corner over there.
Okay, he immediately darts over and jumps on the table to get a higher view.
Okay, just make an acrobatics check. Everybody's gonna be on the tables. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm really bad at those. I like to think I flipped over you.
Oh, yeah.
Like I jumped and flipped over you and landed on the table.
The kobold doesn't
Guys?
see it because he's eating his cookie with his eyes closed because Kimmy said to.
You guys have really turned the table on these kobolds.
And I see Kimmy
I don't think we turned it. I think we flipped it.
with this kobold that's unharmed and it has a cookie, and he immediately sheaths his rapier and gets off the table.
I was really
Towards the
hoping. I was really hoping for the stabs him for the cookie.
So
My cookie.
you guys are out of initiative as this kobold is not threatening. He is not even looking. He's keeping his eyes closed.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Oh no.
So I get up real close to this kobold, right? I go to put my hand on its shoulder. Does it open its eyes?
He opens one eye.
Cookie.
I take the rest of the cookie out of his hand, and then that's it.
Okay.
Wow. Take a kobold's cookie.
He looks at Kimmy with this like.
He hands it back to Kimmy. He thinks she stole it from you or something.
Oh, thank you, Rustler. That's all right. I gave him the cookie. Yeah.
I look at
He's
the
my friend
kobold
Rustler,
and say
Mr.
cookie.
Kobold.
I say cookie in Kimmy's voice.
Oh.
He looks around the room at everything, and he looks at Rustler like, "Hi."
These are my friends.
Can we go downstairs now?
I got like my handkerchief cleaning off my rapier.
Just clean the blood off everything.
He leans into Kim and he's like, "Why'd they kill all my friends?"
Oh, I don't know. Probably because they're bloodthirsty.
Can you
Crona is
keep
not
me
put it in.
safe?
Yeah, I can keep you safe. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast bark skin on the kobold.
What's the bonus on that?
Oh geez, I think it's a +2.
All right.
Let me double check. But yeah, his skin suddenly gets all craggy and woody.
We could just have new friends, and we'll be his new friends.
Okay, the target's AC can't be less than 16, regardless of their armor.
Okay.
There you go.
He like squeezes your hand and he's like, it's that way.
All right, watch out for the spikes, okay?
Uh-huh.
As you proceed to move forward, you just hear like it's in the marketplace, a merchant say, "I'm confused."
I'm
think we
also
all are
confused.
Also, hi guys. I'm glad you made it in.
Yeah. We have him right where we want him, according to my plan.
Rustler just now takes the crossbow bolt out of his shoulder.
Oh. Jeez Louise.
The shadow behind Crona says, "Are you not cutting its head off too? I'm confused."
Crona just shrugs and is like, I don't know.
All right. At this point, that's this whole battle.
I think
I don't know what we're doing.
Listen, Crona was not ready for any of this.
Is there anything cool in this room?
There's a bunch of spikes that kind of come out from the fireplace and come almost to where you are on the table. Those on the floor kind of can skirt the edge of them to get back and forth by this carpet. There's the 2 bearskin rugs that are sort of patchy and old. They don't look like they've been well kept, but otherwise the room has mostly been picked over. There's like a lot of mess, like from the kobolds, like where they've like eaten or like where they've slept and they just don't clean up after themselves.
Now, can I take one of the bearskin rugs and wear it?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god.
You can indeed wear a bearskin
All
rug.
right, I want to do that.
All right, so which do
I'm
you
gonna
want,
do
the
that.
smaller black bear or the bigger like brown?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna try to go for the bigger brown, but if it's like gonna encumber me, I'll take a smaller one.
No, what's your strength? You're a pretty hefty dude. I think that you
Yeah,
can
I
easily
got a
wear the
strength
bigger
of,
one.
16. Okay, good. Then I'm gonna put on this big grizzly bear. I'm
All
like,
right.
yes, this feels correct.
So Dustin is now wearing a gigantic grizzly bear rug for a cloak. And the
Oh
head,
my
and
God.
he's got it set so like the bear head is kind of on top.
I
Oh,
was
definitely.
asked if the rug has the bear head.
Yes, it does.
Rustler thinks you're trying to disguise yourself, so he goes and gets the other one and attempts to disguise himself as that black bear.
So
Nice.
Rustler now appears to be a smaller black bear next to Dustin's larger brown.
Wow, you guys look awesome.
I'm assuming you wear it more like Conan the Barbarian, where it's like a hood and stuff. But
Yeah.
Rustler actually tries to like get in it like it's a costume. And he like is like on all fours. Can I like deception check or something?
Do you want to do like a a disguise maybe? Deception. Yeah, do deception.
I'm not proficient, so this can be really funny.
He actually is a very passable bear. Like his
Wow.
his bear
Wow.
noises sell it.
I didn't know you could wild shape. Wow.
The kobold squeezes your hand. He's like, "You're really, really late."
All right,
Oh, right.
let's get going.
Yeah, he says they're expecting us.
Yeah, but they have to stay up here. That's what we were told.
Oh.
Well, I can.
Is that all right, Mr. Kobold? Do you want to stay up here with?
I can show you where to go, and then I have to come back.
Well,
Just go down the stairs, right? Kobold,
Okay.
sir?
I mean, if you don't, I mean, you go down. If you want me to tell you where to go,
Are there any traps?
I've never been in a trap,
Okay.
Okay.
so I could just. Do you want me to just tell you, and not
Yeah.
wait?
I don't know. You can lead the way, I guess.
Oh, okay. And he kind of keeps Kimmy's hand and starts moving forward with Kimmy. Like,
Okay.
all right, so he will lead you back through the room to the top of the stairs that descend down into the darkness below. And he goes ahead of you, and it's single file down the stairs. So they go
Pretty
down.
dark.
It is dark.
Does anyone have light?
I'll use produce flame and create a flame in my hand.
An unlit torch throws itself up out of the black bear.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you, Rustler. I'll dip it in my flame in my hand, and I'll hand it to the kobold to lead the way.
He's like, okay. Takes it.
I don't know if this will be too weird, but technically I'm medium size, and Kimmy's is she medium size?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. Well, actually, she's a
Oh
gnome.
yeah, she's
I was
small.
about,
She's
I was about to
small.
say she's a little gnome druid, and I'm a bear.
Do you ride the bear?
I could.
You ride the bear in the battle. It's sneak
I will.
attacks.
You know what? Yeah, I'll get on Rustler's back. I'll be like, oh, this is so cool.
Rustler, just roll me in acrobatics to get down the stairs on all fours without
Oh, boy.
tumbling down.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that's good.
Legendary.
Yeah, Rustler handles the stairs on all fours without any problem.
Rustler the bear.
As I
It's
jump
actually a good
up,
bear name. Not gonna
it
lie.
is actually. So when I jump up on Rustler the bear's back, I'm gonna wild shape into a little black bear. And Kimmy's gonna go, bear stack, bear battle stack.
The
Let's
kobold
go.
the kobold is holding the torch and he sort of leans against the wall. Like, friend? Okay.
The kobold.
He just sadly starts walking down the stairs. He's very, very confused. So he leads you down. It goes down about 40 feet. And you guys come out down in this darkened cavern. The torchlight, unless you have dark vision, the torchlight only illuminates about 20 to 30 feet. Like, it's 20 feet where you can see. And then about 10 feet or so out, there's like the dim edges. And he kind of is waiting with the torch at the bottom, and he's like, "It's this way. It's this way." So you know, like the caverns are. The ceiling's only about 8 feet high. The walls are kind of like wet with condensation. You can hear like dripping of water here and there. The tunnels look like they go from maybe 10 feet to, you can see where it looks like up ahead a couple of them squeeze down to maybe only 5 feet or 4 feet wide. So it looks like it might be a little tight. There's a lot of like loose stone and stuff and puddles on the ground. And you also see, like, as the torchlight kind of illuminates here, you can see that there's different skulls and things sort of in the wall. And it's kind of creepy, like, okay, there's humanoid, there's monstrous, there's like bigger, smaller, all different varieties.
I don't like this.
Okay.
And let me just, Casey said she can't see this, so let me
I got
just-
it now.
Okay,
just
good.
a second.
Yep, alright, cool. Just want to make sure it works. Alright,
And I have dark vision if... Oh, no, it's lit up properly. Okay.
isn't it great that the dark vision person couldn't see it? Alright,
Yeah.
can everybody see the map, though, that I
Yep.
put up? Alright,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so the kobold holds the torch up, and he points, the path sort of splits, and one goes off to the right and one goes to the left. He points to the left path, and he's like, "It's this way!" And he starts walking in that direction. And as you guys are walking, so you can feel like the crunching of like rocks under your feet. Every once in a while, you see like bones on the ground.
Say, I don't think they're all rocks.
Mm-hmm. You can also see that there's more of these skulls kind of in different divots along the walls here and pockets. And you hear up ahead, it sounds like, while you can hear the dripping, you hear it sounds almost like water lapping on stone a little bit. And everybody can roll me perception checks as you're making your way through this dark tunnel.
Okay.
right.
Pretty accurate for someone in the bear outfit in the dark.
All right. So, Bree, you are the only one who makes out this. There's a sound, like all of you hear this faint noise, but Bree, you pick up. It sounds like low voices chanting from up ahead, but you can't understand what they're saying.
What language are they speaking?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Gnomish, and Sylvan.
Yeah, no, you don't know what they're saying.
Okay.
And the rest of you just your ears aren't as attuned as Bree's, so you can hear noise, but you can't make out that it's actual like voices. So the kobold will lead you guys through this winding tunnel, and it kind of winds back on itself a little bit until up ahead it starts to look like it starts to open up. And I'm going to move you guys further up the map, and then I'll reposition you so you can see it. And you guys can actually readjust yourselves if you want to change how you're lined up over here. But you guys come around a corner, and up ahead the room is lit by strange light. And then now you all, as you come around this corner, you all hear this low muttering chanting. And you see this room, and it is this large circular room. There is a like underwater pond at its center that looks like it's 60 foot in diameter. There are yellow robed creatures all around the circumference of it. On the far side of the wall, on the wall, there is a woman who looks like she's literally attached to the wall, but her eyes are open and she's staring into the center of the pond. The cave is lit by these floating bubbles 30 feet up near the ceiling. But you notice floating inside the bubbles are the kids from town. And there is a larger robed figure sort of standing knee deep in the pond, looking back as you guys are coming forward. The hood's down, you can't see a face. And it's like almost like they're all waiting. And you also see there's something floating in the water, and you notice that it looks like a familiar shape. Those of you who saw the elf in the cemetery who had played the fiddle, it's her, but she's just sort of languidly floating in the center of the water, just looking toward the ceiling at the bubbles and not really interacting. And this deep voice from the figure in yellow that's in the center says, "Ah, finally, welcome."
Kept you waiting. Huh?
And the little kobold looks at Kimmy. He's like, "Okay, good luck."
Oh.
He backs up.
At least he wishes good luck.
Yeah, I'm very, very.
Be safe, Mr. Kobold.
Good luck, Snake.
The figure standing at the center of the water there sort of motions like sort of like, "You're late. Hurry up. You don't want to miss this."
Nervous bear noises as Rustler moves you guys forward.
Dustin's like out loud. It's like, what the actual fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I see Anders in one of the bubbles, right?
You do, yeah. He's in the bubble at the top here.
So are these all kids?
These are all they're the like innkeeper's kids, and then Anders is up there.
And the girls from the general store, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Kimmy knows all of them. I don't like this.
Not a fan. Currently not a fan.
Not a fan.
Dustin will
I dislike.
move in a little bit here.
Good.
And he'll say, "Why don't you let these people down from their bubbles?
Oh,
And
they'll come
we'll
down.
go home with them untouched, and you can stay in the nasty cave and never come out, and we'll all be happy."
Oh no, we'll all go home. Don't you worry, Dustin. We'll all go home.
He knows your name.
These yellow robed creatures,
Mhm.
are we able to get a better look at them as we're entering the room?
You can make a perception check if you'd like.
You know,
The bear sniffs one of them.
You're gonna walk up and sniff one? Sweet.
Oh no, not really. It's just
Aw.
an excuse to get closer and reluctantly.
Okay, as a bear, I have keen smell, which gives me advantage on checks to smell.
Mm-hmm.
Can I smell from where I'm at?
Sure.
Okay. Nice. I will give that a try then. See what I smell. So Kimmy lifts her little bear nose on Bear Rustler's back.
I don't know if I can bear this any longer.
Oh my god.
That was excellent.
All right. So, those of you that have kind of moved up to take a look, underneath the robes, you see these things look like they were once maybe kobolds, but they have been warped and like twisted by something. And also, Kimmy, with your sense of smell, it smells like, like rot and like almost like death. And also, while you guys are like looking at these figures, and they're chanting, they're doing this low like chant between them, and it's sort of echoing around the room. You see the woman across the way on the wall. She sort of looks down at the elf that's floating in the center of the pond, and she kind of like convulses in pain, and then a big tentacle reaches up over and grabs and pulls the elf underwater and out of sight.
And that was the lady from the graveyard, right?
It was.
So where did the tentacle come out of the water?
It came up, wrapped around her, and it pulls her under, and there's just a...
Oh my
And
God.
she disappears under the water.
Here comes the monster.
Sanity checks?
Huh?
Sanity checks.
Not yet.
It's not Tuesday yet, Scott.
I don't know.
It seems like it, but it's not. I swear.
Actually, no, I'm the one in an outfit, so I guess it's okay, whatever.
And you see the taller, bigger, yellow-robed figure sort of look over his shoulder, and he's like, yes, another one converted to the cause.
Oh boy.
And the water ripples, and as it does, you can't see her under the water, but you see like this image in the ripples, and it looks like this sort of like far off kind of shoreline, and the city on the shore, and like these raised like buildings and stuff rising up from where the water is, and then the ripples go away, and it's just the black surface of the pond again.
I hate this.
Kimmy's had enough of this shit. Kimmy's gonna hop down off Rustler's back as a little bear, and she's gonna just fucking charge this dude.
Oh, I like it. Let's roll initiative.
She
Oh
is not
my
happy
god.
at all.
I'm not a fan of any of this.
No.
Oh, rip.
Come on, roll 20, let me go.
I swear, every game I ever
Oh my
play
God.
on Roll20, I have the worst initiative roll.
Bree,
Oh my god.
MVP.
Bree is having none of this, I think.
I rolled 3
Oh, she's
twice.
excited
for
about this
initiative.
unnatural creature being an elf.
Feels the same way. So would I have gotten a surprise attack on him, or are we just gonna...
You're gonna get to do your attack because you charge at
Nah.
him, and then we'll go into initiative.
Very nice. All right.
All right, let's see. Crona, I got an 11. I gotta roll for my guys.
I'd like to point out that me and Rustler got the same initiative as last time.
Well, this
Yeah,
happens.
right.
All right, so.
I'll take this feat so I can go first every turn. It doesn't go first, ever.
I should probably roll that right?
No, roll it wrong.
Oh, shit.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Oh.
I still have to go first.
Bears have 2 attacks, by the way. Do I just get one off or both?
You'll get both, because you get
Yeah.
you get the physical attributes of your what you turn into, so.
Nice. Okay.
And, all right, so these guys are chanting, and Kimmy is charging, and jeez,
So I'm gonna think of it as Kimmy charges and Bree's instinctive, protective feelings towards Kimmy kick in right away.
Sure, that thing.
Bree is the best friend. Bless.
All right, so Kimmy, yep. So you just charge into this water at this bigger creature, and you actually see the head kind of cock sideways, almost a little surprised. So you can go ahead and make attacks on this guy.
Don't hurt my fucking friends. Motherfucker.
Oof.
So you charge in and you attack, you know, and he just sort of out of the sleeves, this tentacle sort of comes out and kind of just deflects you
Oh.
back and forth. And he says, "It's so kind of you to come forward and bring yourself first, little one." And Bree, it is your turn as he is looking down at Kimmy. And Kimmy, looking up at him, you see inside the hood now that you're looking kind of upward into it, he has a human face, but it's like, sort of looks like it's like dripping on itself and wet, and it's kind of sallow and discolored. At one time, he looks like he might have been a very handsome, like, human man.
I think I know what's going on. I don't like it.
All right, Bree, what are you doing?
I am also going to run up to attack him. And I'm going to use the short sword because I don't like that Kimmy's that close alone. So, yep, that misses.
Ooh.
Fun.
Yeah, so you run up and
This is gonna suck.
splash through the water, you swing, and you also get sort of like thrown off balance by a tentacle sort of swatting into your face. Almost like just brushing you off, like all right, so then
Man, we always have this problem with bosses.
I know, it's great. No worries. So Kimmy and Bree, now that you're in the water, you see a shape surface in the center of the water. You just see this dark shape with this singular eye sort of rising up in the middle.
Oh, no thanks.
But
Hey, Dagon, what's up?
you notice that it looks somewhat insubstantial, like it's maybe not entirely solid. You also notice looks like a shoe hanging off of like the tooth of it.
Oh,
Is it the elf lady shoe, Jeanette?
It's very, very much looks like the elf woman's shoe.
Fuck.
All right.
Damn it.
good thing we didn't like her.
She wasn't her fault though. She was like brainwashed.
Now, Kimmy, let me double
Damn
check. Did you leave the moppet at home with Geraldine?
Yes, I left it with
Okay,
Geraldine.
just checking. All right. So, the woman on the wall at the back, she sort of stares across, kind of making eye contact with Kimmy and Bree as they run in. And you guys can both make me insight checks as she sort of stares at you both.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you both looking at her, you don't get a sense of malevolence from her. She looks at you and she looks just like sad and like almost like she's scared for you in that instant. And she just sort of kind of hangs there against the wall, and then you see these tentacles kind of lash around her and squeeze, and she kind of like cringes in pain. And the water kind of ripples around this thing that surfaced, and it starts to sort of like solidify a little more. So then the big guy. All right, so let's see here.
Still not a fan.
I know.
Hmm.
All right, so he is going to... He lashes out with one of his tentacles at Bree as she swung both her swords at him.
There.
He gets a 20 to hit you, Bree.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So you'll take 10 points of damage as he just swats it across you. And then you feel it start to try to wrap around you. So you can choose either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw to try to stop him from wrapping you up in his tentacle.
Yes, for sure. Shit.
Let's see. Tentacle saving throw. You just barely pull yourself loose.
Christ.
Like you feel it tightening, and you sort of use the water around you to kind of slide out of it. And he's going to lean down, and he tries to bite at Kimmy.
Ugh.
As you see his mouth opens, and there's like jagged teeth and it's like it opens wider than a human mouth should. It's really creepy. Let's see. Tooth attack. 24 to bite Kimmy.
Yeah, that'll hit, Jeanette.
I know. 4 points of piercing damage as he bites you. And just roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
This is sexual assault.
It really is. This is a freaking pedophile. Jeez. Wow.
Well, so you notice that
God.
the teeth are dripping with this sort of viscous fluid, but you don't feel any ill effect from the poison.
So he bites me, and Kimmy, the bear cub, just like gives him a
angry bear cub. All right. So after that, the figures are surrounding the edges of the pond. They continue to chant, but their voices rise.
They could not though. They could not.
They could not.
But they do. They do. They continue the chant, and it's starting to get louder and more intense.
Fuckers.
And you notice around the edges, the water looks like it's starting to bubble a little bit. All right, then
We should probably kill the ritualists.
Probably.
Then it is-
Probably would be a good
Probably.
idea.
then it is Rustler's turn.
If I had to shoot a guess, it might be an option.
Maybe.
I like how I'm the alert one and I'm like second last.
But I like to think, Rustler, that you're sort of taking in everything. You're waiting to see what they all can do before you decide exactly where you want to put yourself. So it's
That's
just
a
kind
good
of like,
way to spin it.
I'm gonna wait. I want to see what they got before I run in there and get myself killed.
Okay, so the kids in the bubbles, are they actually bubbles or are they just like they're in water spheres?
You can make I'd say if you want to make a perception check on the bubbles specifically to figure out what exactly they are.
Aren't bubbles like technically spheres of water?
I mean,
Well, I mean, if it's hollow on the inside, with
No, I get what you mean. I'm just like kind of asking that to like. I'm questioning that myself. Actually, I feel like that is what that is, but also not. I don't know.
it is
It depends on the
it
bubble.
is, because the spell watery sphere does say you make a bubble of water.
Yeah, well, there we go.
all right. So looking at them, Rustler, it's hard to tell. The kids they're sort of suspended in the center of them, but you can't really tell if they're suspended in liquid or if it's just an air bubble. Like you're not 100% sure from where you are.
Okay, he was gonna do something with that, but he's instead gonna the bear will get up on his hind legs, and a crossbow will appear, and he shoots.
Oh my god.
Who is he
Russell
shooting?
Bear.
The one, the leader that everyone's piling on because I still get my sneak attack.
That's true.
So I'm gonna move myself in the room
Okay.
and pew pew.
So 19 will hit.
Okay.
All right. So 9 points of damage with sneak attack.
Nice. I'm a fan.
So you shoot, and you see him sort of take the hit. Kimmy, up close, you see like this ichor start to kind of come out through the robe where he takes the hit. So he looks like he definitely was damaged by that attack. And he kind of hisses back at Rustler, and he's like, I want witnesses, but I don't need this. All right, so Rustler, do you stay where you are?
Sadistic bastard.
As my cunning action, I move and I start to go around the pond on the right side. I'm gonna see if I do this right.
Okay. So, there Rustler goes. All right, so you move through the
think that's
shallow
30.
water. Yep. Through the water. You're kind of looking up you're almost underneath one of these spheres, just beneath one of these girls. And then Crona, it is your turn. You Crona have this like there's something horribly familiar about this creature standing here in the middle of the water. And even Ashura, who is like now perched on your shoulder, leans in and says, "It won't be the same this time. You're much stronger."
That should be nice. He's like,
All right. Well, let's see. How far can I can get up to one of them?
Oh boy.
'Cause I feel like we should stop at least a few of them.
yeah.
And I don't know what Dustin's gonna do next.
So where do you want to go, Crona? Do you charge by Dustin and go for one of these smaller yellow robe figures?
Sure.
Oh boy. You hear,
Let's-
"Charge!"
Is that from Ashura?
Ah,
Oh man.
he seems
Cute.
into this
Oh,
fight.
natural 20!
Yeah, so that's
Oh my
go
God.
ahead and click on the scimitar there to see how much damage you do. All right, so dice wise, that's gonna be 11 plus 5, so 16. It looks like damage. Actually, so 16 points of damage. So you charge forward with your blade, with the black fire on the blade. This creature is chanting, and it sort of is in the middle of one of the words of the chant as it looks at you, and you just take its head off in a swing.
Later, bitch.
All you needed was a little shadow teddy bear to encourage you.
Listen, Ashura, you guys judge Ashura too much.
That's true, we do.
That's because he judges you.
You see, the little shadow of Ashura like looks back at the bigger yellow cloaked figure, and he just sort of like does the like he points at him like.
See that's gonna happen to you.
All right, so Crona, after you take its head off and this thing collapses, you note the form in the center of the water kind of like ducks under, but then comes back up. And you see the woman on the far wall. She kind of like cringes in pain, but she looks like right where Crona is, almost like she's okay with this. Like, and then
I'm getting mixed signals here. I feel like that's a good but also bad thing. Like she's still gonna die. Not a fan of that.
All right, so Kimmy, you are
Yes.
toe to toe with this big ugly thing. It bit you.
It sure did.
What do you want to do?
It inappropriately bit you. Yes.
Yeah, inappropriate.
It tried to inject venom without your consent.
Hashtag me too. Lord. Well, see, I'm trying to figure out what Kimmy would do. She keeps saying this because she's angry, and I don't know that she would notice what's going on with the ritualists. You know,
I mean,
I'm gonna try and attack this dude again.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
All right,
Mhm.
so you swing out with the first attack. He swats it away, but the second one, his tentacle was just still kind of coming out from trying to wrap Bree up. So you managed to get in and bite him this time.
Okay.
How much damage do you do?
Gonna be 13 damage.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's a lot.
So Kimmy, I wanna imagine that Kimmy, as the tentacle is like coming back from Bree, she just like snaps down on it and bites it off.
Ooh. Yeah. So there, you bite it off, and the tip kind of drops, and you see it starts to grow like a lizard would grow. It starts to grow again as he
Ugh.
hisses. Even though it's dripping like with like that ichor, you can see it starting to kind of elongate almost immediately. All right.
Stop elongating near me.
That must taste so bad.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably not.
It
not
really does probably taste horrible.
Probably not good for the teeth.
So, Dustin, what do you want to do?
Dustin is first going to say out loud to Kimmy and Bree, let me know when you want to switch places. And then he's going to run up to one of the cultists right here. And bonus action rage. Use reckless attacks and take a swing.
All right.
So I get advantage on that because I'm reckless attacking. So
All right,
15.
Let's see. He ducks, and your attack slams into the wall and sends rock like crumbling around him, but he does not take the hit.
At the 15 to hit? 'Cause he had
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's a good thing I crit.
It was
Okay.
close. He barely managed to get his head down underneath
I-
the blow, but he did.
I guess that's it.
Okay, Dustin is done. After Dustin, all right. So, you guys see. Let me see which one. All right. So you guys see the bubble farthest away over here starts to descend and float toward the center of the water. So it goes from being 30 feet near the ceiling, it goes down, it's 15 feet above the water, and it's almost to the center of the water as it's just slowly dropping. And as that happens, the floor around you like starts to rumble and shake, and it like violently starts to shake at some point. So everybody needs to roll me dexterity saving throws.
Oh. Oh, damn it.
I
Oh
nailed
my
it.
god.
Hey, look
The
at
power of determination.
Does this count for my danger sense? You have
Yes.
advantage on dex? Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Look at me and Casey.
Whoa.
That's
3.
wow.
Jesus.
So everybody stays on their feet but Kimmy, the bear, who tumbles over and goes underwater as she loses her footing.
Oh,
So
Lord.
Kimmy, you are in fact prone. In that moment, you do go prone. And
God damn it.
but the shaking only goes on for a short amount of time, and then it is Bree's turn.
Okay. I am going to take another shot or two at it with my swords. Oh god, another 8.
All right, so you swing with the first sword and miss, but the other tentacle is still trying to grow, and you hit with the second attack. He
10
says,
point damage.
You don't understand how important this is. How important you are. How long this took me to arrange.
Well, I mean.
Yeah, oh well.
All right, so a
Still with non-consent.
tentacle shoots up out of the water.
Has anyone here seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
No.
Yes.
You know how long it took? Like 2 hours! 2 hours!
So much popping.
All right,
You
so
have obtained the power of love.
so a tentacle is going to come up out of the water, and it reaches up and encircles the bubble that came down, and you see it pull the bubble underwater.
Oh, man.
All right, so all right, so bubble goes underwater.
Fun time.
Oh, crap.
They're not fun times at all, Scott.
All right, so after that happens, the big guy is going to do some things. All right, so he is going to. This time he attempts to use a tentacle on Kimmy, who is prone, so he gets advantage.
Ah,
I know, it's terrible.
dang it.
So 24 will grab Kimmy.
Oh, boy.
All right, and then
If he's attacking me with the 11, that hits too.
oh, that's true. You're a bear.
Lord.
So that is going to be
This was a mistake.
9 points of bludgeoning damage, and
Oh, boy.
I need either a
Yeah.
dexterity or strength saving throw.
Not strength.
Oh boy! All right, so Kimmy is grappled by this,
Oh man, that's not
Tentacle.
good.
and
Definitely not
so-
a good thing.
Kimmy, you went underwater, and all of a sudden you feel this pain, and then you're pulled up out of the water, face to face with this guy. So he sort of brings you in a little closer.
Oh.
All right, so
This
then
is horrible.
I know it's great. After he does that, he's going to try to bite Bree, because Bree is still also standing right there.
Oh, fun.
I know, it's terrible. A 13 to bite Bree.
Misses.
All right, so he's too
wow.
busy picking up a bear. It's harder for him to get a grip on Bree. All right, so after he does that,
What a sentence.
And him and biting women, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, rude.
That is
I mean, I'm sorry, okay?
that is assault.
Hmm.
So, Dustin, you are standing in front of this chanting minion who you just tried to hit with your axe. As he stands back up to his full height, you see a tentacle whip out from under his robe. And he has advantage because you reckless attacked. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Alright, so he does not hit you with his tentacle attack. However, he stops his chant mid-chant to try to bite you.
Oh, good. Well, you know, if it's stopping the chant, that's good.
A
Let's take it.
14.
No.
Alright, so he misses completely with that. Then,
Good.
let's
That's a good
see.
thing.
You do have advantage on that.
Oh, I do, don't I? Thanks.
Yeah, we're playing by the rules here.
18.
Oh, that does hit.
Yeah.
Alright,
damn.
so with his bite, he does hit you, so he will do... Alright, he does 6 points of piercing damage, and I need a constitution saving throw.
He does 3 points of damage.
Oh, that's true. You are raging.
Uh-huh. Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I clicked the button. I don't think it went.
Oh,
Alright.
alright, so you are
18.
not affected by the poison in his bite.
Nice.
Alright, so the others continue to chant, though. Then it is going to be Rustler's turn.
Okay, so how do you do that thing with the red arrow that shows the distance? Is that ruler tool right there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so this over here where the arrow's pointing, is that the girl that's in the wall?
That is the girl that is in the wall.
Okay, I'm moving like oh, wrong thing. My bad. Okay, so Rustler's running around to her. While
Okay.
he has his move and his cunning action. But as his action, he fires at the tentacle that's holding a certain little bear cub.
Oh, okay. So you're going to shoot back at the big guy and
Save
then
cookie.
bolt around the way. All right.
Wow.
Who else will give us yummy cookies?
So 21 does hit him.
Is our ranger within 5 feet?
Is that what?
It's our allies within 5 feet.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
there's
I don't think Kimmy counts because she's grappled.
yeah, no, but Bree is still right there.
Bree is.
Okay, so this will be sneak attack damage.
Oh, yes.
All right. Ow, that's a good hit too.
And if I can, now I'm like right up. Is she like fused into the wall? Like there's no part of her body left except for what's on the outside? Or does it look like I could somehow get her out? Or
She
Whatever.
is not so much fused into the wall. There are like tentacles that are coming out from the water up and have kind of wrapped around her and are like pinning her to the wall.
Oh.
And they're sort of like crushing her.
That's not fun.
that's
think
as
we
much as I
stepped
can do
in
on
like
my
that.
turn. But that's what I wanted to see.
Okay. When you get close to her, she whispers. Just make me a perception check because it's almost inaudible. All right, it's really hard to hear it. You're not sure what she said, but she just kind of stares at you like just this pitiful look. And she looks, now that you're up close, I mean, she looks rough and ragged. Her hair is long and matted. She looks like she has probably not seen the sunlight in a really long time. Like she's been stuck down here for at least a couple months to a year, if not longer.
Ugh, jeez.
All right, so after Rustler does that, Crona.
I don't care, but for a Rustler, how beautiful is she?
I mean, at one point she was probably a very beautiful woman.
Okay, just wanted to be
So
sure.
not beautiful.
All right, so Crona.
All right, I guess I'll go. Wait, who is this?
That's a good question.
I was wondering, is this the lady in the back?
Hmm.
The lady in black in the back?
Nope.
Lady
That's
in black
something in
the wall.
shadow.
What's the lighting in this room?
The bubbles are basically providing light.
Okay.
They're shedding light into the room, which when one went out, it did turn the lights down a little bit.
All right, well, I guess I'll keep running down the line here at this one. And yeah. Hey.
That will definitely hit.
Woo!
It's a good roll.
It's a
All
really
right.
good roll.
You slash at him. He does not go down when you hit him, though. But
Damn.
you do see like that ichor start to drip around his feet. All right. So after Crona, Kimmy, you are
Yeah.
grappled by this big ugly mug.
I can still cast spells when I'm grappled, right?
I believe so. You just can't move.
Yeah, okay.
Grapple drops your movement to 0. That's about the only effect I believe it has.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop out of wild shape.
All right.
The
tentacle tightens around the smaller Kimmy.
I'm going to sort of look and see Anders in the bubble behind him, and I'm going to let out a and I'm going to cast Moonbeam directly down onto this guy.
Oh boy.
So I need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Pulling some sailor power here.
Yes. The power of the moon.
Constitution saving throw.
You know, Kimmy is a he failed. Kimmy is a sailor scout, so it was working. And as a druid of the Circle of Twilight, I have a special thing where I can spend extra dice to add damage to my spell. So I'm going to do that.
Nice.
Okay. That's fair.
So let me see. Yeah. So he's going to take 2d10 radiant damage.
Ooh.
So 9 radiant damage. And on top of that, he's going to take another 10 necrotic damage.
Nice.
So 19 total?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh my. Oh my.
So this pillar of silvery moonlight just down onto this creature. And there's like lines of black necrotic energy crackling down to him.
I am a fan of that.
Mm.
When it hits the water, you hear a shriek from under the water.
Ooh.
Like it does not like this. All
Good.
right, that was Kimmy. So Kimmy's still grappled. Dustin.
I'm just gonna have to recklessly attack this person again, I think. So we'll do that. 17?
17 hits him.
Hey.
Oh, nice. So +2 because I'm raging, so 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. This time you
Goodbye.
just cut him in half and he goes down.
Oh, good, sweet. If he's dead, I'm just gonna move right in on the next one,
Okay.
Destructive finish.
and then that's my turn.
All right. So at the bottom of the order. Oh, you see Anders' bubble starts to descend and moves toward the middle of the water. I have to move away. You actually see him for the first, like, the other one didn't seem to, like, move too much. You see Anders sort of move to the back end of the bubble, like, back himself away. Like, he does not want to have any part of this.
I don't think he would.
All right, so
Poor boy.
after that, top of the round, Bree.
Yes.
So, Kimmy is wrapped up by this guy. There is a moonbeam on top of him. Anders' bubble is descending toward the middle of the pond. What do you want to
I
do?
do not have any spells to try to get Anders' bubble out of where it is. So I'm just going to attack the big guy again.
That will miss,
I figured.
but that will hit.
Yes.
9 points of damage.
All right, so he just shakes his head and he says, "It's a shame. You shouldn't have tried to destroy what I created. It took many years and much planning. You should have dealt with me, but now you may have no choices." And you see a tentacle come up, and it grabs the bubble that Anders is in.
Oh man.
And you see it grab and pull the bubble underwater.
Is it his turn?
It is now. So the figure on the wall looks at Rustler and says, this time a little louder,
Oh.
"Antrellis."
It's his wife.
Oh man. Sad. Rip.
And then she convulses in pain as you see the tentacles squeeze again, and you see the shape in the water start to rise up higher, and you can see the tentacles start to float on the surface.
Oh boy.
So, let's see. Oh, now it's the big guy's turn. Kimmy? What do you...
He needs to make another con save
All right.
because I'm maintaining my moonbeam long.
Let's see. 21 this time.
Okay, then he's just gonna take half damage from
Okay.
this. No biggie. So half of 15,
Half-
7
Okay, 7.
radiant damage.
Gotcha. All right. So, he is going to... He will disengage from Bree while still holding on to Kimmy.
Fuck.
So,
Rip.
Picking Kimmy.
Don't like this.
he will move across the water with Kimmy, looking back at Bree and shaking his head like, no. And he's
Do
like,
I recognize him? I mean, I have lived in town for...
you don't recognize him, but roll me a straight intelligence check.
Yeah, well, that's not so great.
Yeah, you're not sure.
That was the wrong button. That
That's
was
a save.
Oh,
that's
okay,
right.
yeah, roll the intelligence. Roll high. Oh.
Oh my god.
Are you a boy or girl?
Oh no!
All right, so yeah, so he backs away, disengaging from Bree, and he just sort of smiles back at her. And Bree, I need you to you hear a voice in your head, and it says you don't want to do this.
Oh fuck.
Make a wisdom saving throw. You
Nice.
Oh, wow.
hear the voice, and while it sounds compelling, it does not compel you.
Yeah.
You can respond to this if you'd like to.
Oh, wow. All right.
The power of this jackass does not compel you.
You don't want to do this. You can
I was like, no, fuck you.
Kimmy, you hear the creature holding you just sort of growl in anger, and you're not sure why, but Bree knows why.
Well, I just screamed, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Fucking
and,
I
ended.
have an idea.
and it doesn't recharge this round. All right, so after that happens, he moves and he uses his bonus action. All right, so Dustin, you are toe to toe with one of these guys.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm gonna recklessly attack him.
Well, no, this is his turn. He's coming back at
Right.
you.
Dang it.
You moved over, so he's
Unfortunate.
he is going to try to bite you first.
Okay.
And you recklessly attacked previous round, so he gets to get advantage. Or
Right.
yeah. So 27 will hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And then he will also swing with his tentacle. So an 18 should hit you too.
Yep, it does.
All right. So I need a Constitution saving throw.
11.
All right. You won't take the poison damage. So you'll take 6
nice.
piercing damage. So 3 for you. And then you will take... Where is this? 7 bludgeoning damage from the tentacle, so 3. And I need you to make either a strength or a dexterity saving throw to avoid it wrapping you up in the tentacle.
Strength saving throw, and I have advantage on this because I'm raging.
Good.
15.
That is good enough. So you manage to break
Nice.
free as it tries to grab around you. Meanwhile, Crona,
Hey.
the other one, is going to try to attack you. So
How about it doesn't? What if it just didn't do it?
So
What
a
if it doesn't do that thing?
16 for its bite.
I'm assuming that hits, but
Well, we need to know because it's also a 16 for the
damn it,
tentacle.
that just hits.
All right, so both
Damn
of
it.
them hit you. So you will take... I'll just roll the damage together for you. So that's 9 points of piercing and bludgeoning damage, and you need a Constitution save versus the poison.
Ow. All right. Con, not that great, but
Oh my god.
Okay, so you will take an additional 4 points of poison damage from the bite.
ow.
Oof.
All right, Kimmy, you notice as you're getting dragged away, you see in the corridor where you came from a little kobold face watching in terror. He didn't leave. He's just sort of like...
Okay. He's still charmed.
I know. He looks terrified by
Okay.
what's happening. All right. So after that
Hold on.
attacks you, Rustler. Oh wait, I got one more. So this other one is going to move toward Rustler because he moved around, and is going to try to hit you, Rustler. And it says in a low voice, "Stay away from the witch." So 24, and then the tentacle is a 17.
Oh, oops. I didn't mean to do that.
You see it? I have damage resistance now.
Yes, I
didn't-
see it.
I did not mean to click that. I didn't know I could click that.
So, what's your AC, Rustler?
They both hit.
All right. So, roll me a Constitution save versus the poison, and it's 12 points of piercing and bludgeoning damage. Oh, and you'll also take the 4 points of poison.
Oh.
So 16 hit points of damage.
Yikes.
All right.
Rustler's not looking so hot.
Yeah, I imagine.
All right. So now it is Rustler's turn.
He almost collapses onto the lady and has one of his hands up onto her face, and he whispers to her, "I'm sorry," and he stabs her in the gut.
Roll an attack roll, and you have advantage because she's restrained.
Oh my god.
All right. So you definitely hit. So 16 points of damage. Let's see, where is she on my list? All right, you stab her. It does not kill her, but she is bleeding very badly, and she is seriously wounded.
Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I know.
She looks at you, and she doesn't look upset with you.
Oh god. it's a good
My
thing.
hand is still on her face, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and the sword's still in her gut.
Ugh.
What are you gonna twist it next time?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Rustler. So Crona,
All right. Let's see. First,
The tentacles react at all?
you do see rippling under the water. Like, it does not seem very happy by this.
Good.
Oh,
I don't want it to be happy.
what is Cullen typing?
No, especially not now.
I'm sorry, whose turn is it?
It's Cullen.
Mine?
He's
me. I'm
typing
just trying.
something
I'm
insane.
asking a question.
Oh boy.
Those secret whispers.
Where are you asking it? In Roll20?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good. We can look at the chat and I'll see it.
Oh.
No, you can't.
Not roll 20, because he's probably whispering it just to DM.
Yeah, I know, but in Twitch, wouldn't it come up on?
No.
Nope.
No,
Well,
because
yeah,
she
no.
hasn't hit it.
Yeah, I have it hidden.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that would, let's see.
I'm hoping that's a yes because I
All right.
really want that to be a thing.
All right, so let's see. Cullen Puppet.
Oh, if it's not too late, I use my Wait, no, I can't use dodge as a cunning action, right? Pretty sure I can't.
You can use, what is it? You can use disengage.
Dash, disengage,
and hide.
and hide.
Yeah.
So-
All right. So if it's within its attack range, it can, and you're within 30 feet of it, you can make it do something, Cullen.
Yes, but like, can I make it move to attack something, or is it just that it attacks where it's at? Because I mean, from what I can read, it seems like that's what it means. But I'm hoping that maybe I can get it to move because that's within like its range if it hasn't moved yet or something.
Yeah. You know what? I would let you just because it hadn't moved yet. So.
Yeah,
What do
I
you-
can actually use this move before I don't ever get to use it.
So what do you want to do?
Well, that's if I kill it. That's if I kill this thing
Okay.
right now. So let's hope I do that first. I swing. I don't think that hits.
That doesn't hit.
Damn.
You tried. All right. So after Crona,
I could have used my. Damn. I was thinking about my other thing, but I forgot. I just swung.
what's the other thing?
I was gonna use Dragon Breath actually because I thought about it, but I forgot. So I
Would
just
you
swung.
like to use your Dragon Breath?
I wanted to, but I was thinking. I was like, okay, just try to kill it. And
Is it a dexterity saving throw?
I believe it is.
I will make a dexterity saving throw. I just have to find the right page. I got a plus.
I just got excited. I got excited at the fact of trying to kill it and
Well,
then using.
I fail my
No,
saving
no.
throw, so you blast your fire at it.
How many? What is it again? It's D. It's how many D6?
I think it's 2d6 right now at 4th level.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, 2d6.
It's 100 and it's all enemies.
You know what? I would agree actually.
I think like 100 force damage, or if they have 100 or less HP, they die instantly. Isn't that what?
Yeah, there we go. I'm a fan of that actually. You know. Okay, I forget. Do I have any pluses? I don't think I have any pluses to
Nope,
the
it's
2d6.
just a
I think
straight
it's
roll.
just straight.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's only 3
Oh.
damage. Damn.
All
Well,
right.
you know what?
So you notice as you burn it with your fire that it seems to be susceptible to fire damage, as it has
Hey.
Oh, are you kidding me?
It
God
has-
Wait,
damn it.
fire vulnerability. So you do in fact kill it.
wait. So wouldn't that work with my? Does that not work with my infusion thing?
Yeah,
When it sets it on fire?
I've been doing it, but it's just
Oh,
more it's
okay.
just more obvious when you breathe fire all over it.
Oh, fair
That's
enough.
true. It's just-
All right. Well, okay. Because I did that, I'm finally going to use this move that I kept forgetting about doing, as my reactionary action or whatever the hell it is. I'm going to use Curse of the Blood Puppet. Or blood of the puppet, or whatever it's called.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make it move towards this one up here and make a quick attack at it.
All right. So this thing on fire shambles over to this other one.
Oh my god. It's still on fire?
It's still on fire, and it will lash out with its tentacle. Let's see.
It doesn't matter how dead it is unless it literally can't move because it's been like severed or something. It forcibly moves to a destination that I choose in the next attack.
It's horrifying.
All right. So it does 7 points of damage as it bites and takes a chunk out of this one, and then it falls down in a heaping pile of fire and is dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys kind of see like Crona just point and it's like kill, and this thing shambles away and does what he says for a second before it collapses and dies. It's actually really creepy, probably to see in this moment. All
That
right.
sounds very creepy.
So after Crona, Crona, do you want to move?
Well, I don't feel like I should get close to one of them at the moment because I'm kind of not feeling all that great.
You can stay where you are and wait to move for your next turn.
I think for now I shall hold here and we'll figure it out later.
All right, sounds good. So after Crona, Kimmy, you are still wrapped up in this guy's arm, and he has you like up to his face, and he's just like looking at you from under the hood. He's leaking ichor into the pond.
Saw Anders get pulled under.
You did, and he says, "I just need 2 of you, just the 2."
Hey, what'd he say?
He said he just needs 2 of you.
Fuck you, son of a bitch. Kimmy's gonna reach into her chest, Scott Pilgrim style, and she's gonna pull out a flame blade.
I'm a fan.
Whoa.
She is gonna stab it right in his fucking face.
Nice.
Boom.
She is so done. She is so done.
Poor Kimmy.
She stabs him in his face.
Nice.
He's gonna take 7 fire damage.
He's gonna take 11
He's gonna
fire
take double,
damage.
right? Yeah.
She's kicking his ass into the Great White North.
Please tell me he explodes into coins.
So he slumps into the water and is starting to writhe and shake. So Kimmy, you are sort of out of not grappled, but you are still wrapped around by all of these tentacles and are now writhing and moving violently around you. And also the surface of the water starts to rumble, and you see like the water really starting to kind of spread outward from there.
Yeah. Kimmy just keeps shoving the blade in as much as she can. Yeah.
All right, so that was Kimmy. Dustin, you turn around as you feel the floor starting to rumble again, and you see Kimmy on top of this yellow robe in the water just stabbing.
Okay.
Kimmy kicks his ass into the Great White North.
Okay, is it mine?
I say, get it, girl. And then
Get it, girl. Yikes.
I'm going to recklessly attack this guy. Nope.
Nope, you do not hit him. You're too distracted by Kimmy's violent reaction to this.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
That's fair.
So. All right. So, the bubble overhead, Kimmy, not just above you, but over here, starts to float down and toward the center. Oh, she needs to go too. Hang on. Come back, bubble, come back. Ah, it's messed up.
Come back.
Maybe come back.
You can blame it all.
I was wrong. All right, so it starts to float down. And you see the little girl inside look down at Kim. She looks down at you, Kimmy, and she's like, but you can't hear her inside. All right, so, and then the ground shakes again, and you all have to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, no.
Damn it all. Hey, I did the good again.
Holy shit.
Seriously, I have a +6.
So Bree does fall into the water prone on that, but everybody else
Unfortunate.
manages to keep their feet. All right, so after that, it is Bree's turn.
So standing up is my move action.
It's half of your move action.
So I would still be able to move 15 feet.
Yes.
Correct.
Normally, okay. So then let's get out my nifty ruler. No way. I cannot get to anything bad.
Crap.
All right.
So this middle thing's definitely okay.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Well, how deep is the water?
Where you are, it's sort of at your shins. He went across, and it went a little deeper as he went, so it got up to about his thighs, the big guy. But he's pretty tall, so you think as you go that much further. Kimmy's now on top of him, so she doesn't exactly know how deep it is.
Right.
She's kind of using him as a flotation device and stabbing
Well,
him.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to wade through the water towards him, or if I'm better off going around the edge and start killing these little things with Duston.
I should look if I have anything in the healing category of my items, maybe.
Oh yeah, I have spells too. I could do a spell.
Just gotta be a barbarian and not take any damage.
You know, that'd be cool if I could do that on the side, but I'm kind of a blood mage, so
You kind of got your
I
thing.
think I'll just go towards Dustin.
yeah, that's kind of the opposite of what I
Alright.
do. Actually, I take more damage.
That's as far as I can go.
All
While
right.
standing up too. Oh, good, because the tentacles look like they're spreading. So I'm getting the fuck out of the water.
That's great. It's great.
Yeah, so this thing starts to rise in the water. And you see the tentacles kind of starting to move outward.
Oh no.
And so Rustler, you stab that woman. And so this thing, actually, first thing I need is everybody roll me wisdom saving throws as this thing rises.
My best one. Come on.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, all right.
Yes. Dustin gets mind controlled
Oh,
again.
nailed it.
My favorite.
Oh my god.
All right, so
Nat
who?
20.
Yeah, let's see. So Dustin, and Bree. All right, so
Oh man.
let's see here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything against this.
All right, so I got that. And then, oof, all right, let's see. So, this thing rises up, and it's pretty horrific. It's just this congealed mass of like tissue, and it's got this one deep red eye, and all these tentacles kind of just coming off of the form. It mostly grosses everybody out. You guys see Bree just sort of like kind of grab her chest and take a breath, and then she disappears like back under the water as she falls down. So Bree, you pass out.
Oh god damn it.
No.
Shallows of the water, at least.
Yeah, like so she's like goes under, but luckily you can still see her just beneath the surface. Dustin, you see Kimmy, you kind of see he just said, "Oh, you go, girl," and then he just sort of like he kind of stands up straight and he's not moving for a moment, just staring off kind of blankly. So, and then the big guy is going to swing a tentacle toward Rustler, who has a knife in the woman's gut. Because how dare you stab her in the gut, sir? How dare you?
Wow, he's very nice.
All right, so
How dare you?
how dare you, sir? How dare you? He gets a 20 to lash out at Rustler.
Wow.
Yep. So he does. Let's see. He does 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Rustler is down.
All right.
Oh no.
So Rustler is scooped up in the tentacle since he cannot save versus being grabbed by it, and you see the tentacles start to bring him across the top of the water toward the center.
Oh,
All right.
I like this. I like to think that the rapier is still there because I didn't remove it.
Oh yeah, it's still there. So after he does that, you see the Kimmy. You can see from where you are, like she sort of reaches out, like when Rustler's going away, like, and then she kind of cries out in pain again as this thing is rising, and you see her like just completely like tears start streaming down her face. And then so the thing that's lashing around you that you moonbeamed and stabbed and you're just stabbing away at it, the tentacles are like clawing at your face for a second, almost like they're trying to like jab into your flesh, but you're able to just sort of swat them away as you're stabbing it still, and then it finally stops moving and starts to sink into the water underneath you.
Okay.
All
I
right.
imagine when that happens, Kimmy gets like blood all over her face, and her little hat falls off, and her hair is just all disheveled.
All right, so after that happens, so Dustin, you are just standing, staring off, like you don't even see the room anymore, like you're just kind of like sort of lost in your own head. This guy is going to have advantage when he's just going to swing at you because you have stopped moving in front of him.
Well,
Ooh, natural 20.
Yikes.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oh
So
boy.
let's see.
You guys really think we were gonna make it out of this alive?
It was really good playing with you guys.
You guys are fine. All right, let's see.
yeah, we're gonna have to go back to town, and all their kids are gonna be dead.
Oh my.
We're not gonna make it back to town. What are
Remind
you
me.
thinking about? Oh.
9 points, so you take 4.
4.
and you are grappled because you're just standing there. But as the tentacle bludgeons you and grabs you, the pain of this sort of shakes you out of this stupor, and
Okay.
you come back to yourself in this
Oh,
moment.
that's
and just
at least that good.
Good. Yeah.
Was I still raging through all that, or did I?
You haven't lost your turn yet, and you did take damage, so you don't lose the rage.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
if he hadn't attacked you, but he didn't realize what was happening to you, you would have
Yeah.
lost the rage. So yeah, you are still raging. And as you come back to yourself, you see a couple things. You see Kimmy standing up, completely disheveled with the blood and stuff from this creature on her, as it's sinking. And you see Bree is face down in the shallows.
Face
And-
down.
And
That's me, Jeanette. That
I
is
know.
so-
And across the way, you see a very, very gigantic tentacle moving across the water surface, and a limp form of Rustler just moving with it.
Well.
So,
fuck.
all right. So that was those guys. Rustler, make me a death save.
Ah. No.
Did you really think we were gonna get through the day without at least a few of these?
No. No. I
No.
expected this.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's
Oh wow.
nice. So you see, Rustler is like, it seems to be subconsciously like fighting this. Like he's not ready to go. All right,
I
Crona.
like to think maybe
Alright.
the one hand that was on her face is the one part that isn't in the wrapped around tentacle. I'm just like,
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
All right. Well, Crona seeing Rustler being pulled towards like almost is on his way to the water. Would not like that to happen. Is gonna shoot the crossbow at the one that's holding him and misses.
Oh no,
Too bad. Dang.
you still have movement.
Yeah, I do, but I don't really know where to go. Is the problem?
someone's face down in the water. You could possibly get out of that.
I could attempt to do that. How far can I move? Oh, I can almost get there.
I would appreciate it.
You hear the voice behind you. Don't let the tentacle grab you.
Not gonna try to let it. I'm gonna hopefully avoid that.
All right, so Crona's running. So Kimmy,
Yes.
what are you doing? So you notice that taking the time to grab Rustler, that bubble with the little girl is still floating up there. It didn't grab her this time around.
That's good. That's good. So the lady like reached out towards me and she still has the sword in her,
Yeah,
right?
the rapier's still stabbed in her chest.
Okay. I'm gonna cast heat metal on it.
Oh yes,
Oh,
this is
hell.
good.
So she doesn't get anything. She's just gonna take 2d8 damage because she's in contact with it. So she takes 10 fire damage.
Nice.
All right. So she actually cries out in pain. So 10 fire damage as this is happening.
And then Kimmy let me see here. Kimmy is going to can I run over to where Bree is? Or no, I'm not gonna do that. Shit. I don't know where to go. I have all this movement, but I don't know what to do with it.
You got a couple bubbles overhead. You got
It's true.
a woman in a wall. You got some people
There's a
chanting.
lot of things to do.
There's a lot going on.
Can I try and how far are the bubbles up?
The one that is closer to the center that went overhead is only 15 feet above your head. The others are about 30 feet up.
Oh fuck. That's really high. Okay. So there's a lot bigger cavern than the rest of the place.
Yeah, the ceiling is like a 30-foot ceiling, so.
Okay.
So much going on.
Oh my goodness. Can I try and like jump up and stab the bubble with my flame blade?
Sure, you can make me an acrobatics check if you want to try to leap off of this
Acrobatics.
body you're on.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Kimmy.
You get
Cool.
tangled up in the tentacles that are still floating nearby and sort of like plop down a little on your butt.
Should have expected that.
Do you want to try to throw the blade with disadvantage at a bubble?
Yes, I will do that, Jeanette. Let's see. It's my spell attack bonus.
Not the space sword.
Nope, that will hit a bubble.
Oh, wow. Both 21s.
Yeah, so you heave it up in the
Nice.
air. That hits the bubble.
Oh my dear Lord. Okay. Well, it's going to deal 8 fire damage then.
8 fire damage. Yeah, so you throw the blade up. It goes through the bubble. The bubble bursts. And there is a child falling down towards you.
It just lands on me. Oh, God.
Did you expect anything else? Really?
Make an acrobatics check to see if you can catch her.
Oh, no.
So Kimmy and the little girl disappear under the surface for a few seconds.
Well,
You have acquired one little girl from a bubble.
awesome.
All right, so after Kimmy, Dustin, you
I want
come,
to try
come
to
back to
hit
yourself.
this thing.
Yep.
I mean, it's got me in its tentacles, but 19 to hit
19 definitely hits him.
and 11 points of damage because I'm raging.
11 points of damage. You kill him.
Nice.
He goes down. You look over, Bree is still lying in the water.
I'm gonna go up to her and just flip her over at least. Maybe slap her a little bit.
All right, so yeah, interact with just flip her over, get her head above the water.
Right.
She kind of seems like she's starting to come to. All right,
Okay.
so after, let's see. Only 3 bubbles left in the air. Number
See
2.
4.
Well, one of them already has descended and is
Oh.
within tentacle range. But now this one also is going to descend within tentacle range. All right. So after that happens, so Bree, your eyes snap open and you're staring up at Dustin, and you're lying in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of aren't sure what happened. Like, what do you want to do?
Well, I have to get up again.
Yes.
Dustin will say, "Shoot the bubbles."
Shoot the bubbles to make the clads fall into the water to be more easily gotten by the tentacles.
He shrugs his shoulders.
Well, I mean, if I shoot the bubble nearest me, I can at least try to go into the water and get the child out. A 22 to hit the
Yep. So you
bubble.
you shoot the bubble. The bubble bursts, and the child falls from the bubble.
Okay, so sorry, I would have used half my action to stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will use the rest of my action to get to the child.
Okay. So
I'm gonna die.
you charge back into the water, and you this kid drops into the water and submerges for a second, but you grab hold of her and pull her up. She starts shrieking, and now there's 2 of them shrieking,
We're playing
clawing
with
onto you.
We're playing with fire with this plan of ours here.
I'm
Alright.
gonna die.
Only one
If I
playing
was
with
to pop
fire.
the bubble and let the kid try to, yeah, no. If I was gonna pop the bubble, I'm gonna try to help.
All right, so, on its turn, the creature that's carrying Rustler brings him across, opens its maw, and drops him in,
Oh man.
and shuts its mouth. Rustler, make me a Constitution saving throw.
I don't like this.
Not a fan.
All right.
No.
So, Rustler, you'll automatically fail 1 death save as you take a single point of piercing damage, and then it spits Rustler back out into the water.
You didn't taste very good.
Interesting.
Not a kid.
All right,
Mm.
so, and then it's done that, and then let's see, who is within range? Kimmy and Bree.
Oh, boy.
Miny Mo. Let's find out who's gonna go.
Let's find out who's gonna go.
Uh,
Nice rhyme.
so, So high will be Kimmy, low will be Bree. High will be
Oh.
Kimmy. Oh,
Right.
Kimmy, I love Kimmy. I love Bree too.
Oh
This is all right. So it will attempt to tentacle Kimmy.
no.
Oh no! A 15 to hit Kimmy.
Oh, yeah, it'll hit. Damn it.
Damn it.
All right. So
Mr. Gobble, help!
Have you used both your wild shapes today?
I haven't, no.
all right.
I
So
don't
it's
think so.
8 points of bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a dexterity or strength saving throw as the tentacle is trying to wrap you up.
Well, clearly Dex.
All right, yeah, you managed to keep the girl above the water and also avoid getting pulled in by the tentacle. All right, so the witch's turn. Does she take more damage from that blade in her gut?
Let me see.
She's still not dead.
Not yet, but she is not looking well.
I think it's on my turn that she would take damage.
Okay, so she is just crying out now in pain from.
It's still hot. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just shrieking over there on the wall. That guy is dead.
Oh man.
Let's see. None of you are near them, so they're just gonna keep doing their chant. Rustler, make me another death save.
Please.
Please,
Please.
Lord.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
that's not good. That is the opposite of good.
All right. Crona, what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, oh god. I guess for now, Crone's just gonna go over to this one because he can just barely reach it and try to hit it.
Okay.
$13?
That
question
will
mark?
miss.
Damn it.
All right. Kimmy,
Yes.
what do you want to do on your turn? What happens here?
So I'm gonna keep the heat metal going
Okay.
as my bonus action. So it's gonna deal another 2d8 damage to her. So another 6 fire damage
All right.
to the witch.
She's shrieking in pain. She looks like she's starting to slump, but she's still awake and alive. And then what else do you want to do?
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wild shape. I'm gonna tell the girl to try and get to safety.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wild shape into a giant hyena. And I'm gonna run and I'm going to bite her to try and kill her. Do I have to roll? Because she's kind of held. Or would I
You have advantage
Okay.
because she's held. I won't even do that.
Okay. I will roll. Oh God! You got my advantage. Oh, that's
Oh.
So you just barely hit her.
Ugh.
She's not
Okay.
wearing. She's not wearing armor and stuff like
That's
that.
what I figured.
So, yeah.
Holy crap.
okay. She's gonna take 13 piercing damage.
All right, you kill her, and when you do, the floor starts to tremble and rock
Oh boy.
violently. And this creature in the middle just starts to writhe angrily.
Okay.
What's up?
So hyenas have a special thing. When they reduce a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack, they can move half their speed and make another bite attack.
Okay.
Well, you're right next to the thing that's.
I am, exactly, yeah. I'm gonna do that. Why not?
Stop it before. Yes. Oh!
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
please kill it before it kills. Before it kills him.
All right. Let's see. So it's 4d6 plus 6
Oh.
piercing damage.
All right.
Jesus.
So you kill the woman and then spin around, and this thing looks like it starts writhing in pain as you then bite it, and then you like rip it apart.
Oh boy.
All right.
And then he gets another action to kill.
All right. What is Dustin? What is Dustin gonna do?
so has been killing these things around the outside look like it's been doing anything?
Well, it didn't. You didn't notice anything as you were doing it, but now you see as this woman slumps, these things start to sort of shake and quiver and start kind of like looking like they're having some kind of fit.
And is this creature in the center corporeal or no?
It looks the tentacles and everything, they're corporeal, but it looks like it's sort of kind of moving in and out between, maybe like it's trying to keep its hold on this side of the realm, but maybe it's between two worlds.
I'm going to assume the easiest thing to do is to keep killing these if we want it to go away. So I'm going to flank with Crona here.
Okay.
So that will give me advantage.
Yes.
Right? Is that how we've been playing it? Okay, good. So I'm not going to recklessly attack, just regular rage attack.
Okay.
21 with advantage.
That definitely hits.
Woo.
Not 11 points of slashing.
All right, you kill it.
Nice.
It's kind of like, and you just slash it, and it falls down, and it's sort of just quivering and quaking where it lay. Then you guys see the bubbles. The rest of the bubbles pop.
Oh, thank God.
And the kids are dropped into the water as they do. Pop, 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 pop.
How high is the water on these kids when they fall in?
So they submerge at first, but then they seem like they at least have some skill level of swimming. So they don't stay under when they go down. So all three of them pop back to the surface. So the bubbles pop. Then the floor is trembling. Make dexterity saves, everybody. If you're in the water, Bree, you don't have to make it because now you're up high enough where you're not gonna fall over.
Okay.
And yet again, I make a perfectly good dexterity save.
17 because I have advantage.
Rustler's already floating on the surface of the water, so he doesn't have to make it. All right, so she's dead too. All right, so after Bree, we come to your turn again. This creature, the big tentacles are starting to kind of writhe wildly in the water, and you see like the kids starting to madly swim for the shore.
Okay, so they're already starting to swim for shore.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna take a shot at this damn thing with my short sword.
The big thing in the middle?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
Wow, yeah, so you take a swing and stab at it.
So do I have to... How do I roll?
So you're going to roll double your damage dice and then add your bonus for the damage.
Yep.
I don't even know what my... All
I
right.
think it's a D6.
It is. Okay, so...
Can't you manually type it in, like /roll?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just checking what it was. So it's rolled 2d6 plus the 4. Oh, that's shitty.
It's all right.
But I get to attack again.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, that misses.
Yes, that does. All right.
Wah.
So let's see. All right. So Bree, you attack. So this thing is writhing and like swinging its tentacles around wildly. The kids kind of get out from under them as best they can. And then from under the water, as this thing sort of submerges, you see Anders and Marge, who had gone under, kind of comes spluttering up and out from under the water. She's sort of like worse off than him. It looks like he held his breath a little longer, but they are not dead.
Wow.
Yay!
Let's...
I'm so happy.
Poor Anders. All right, so they come up. He comes up more strongly. She's kind of spluttering and spitting water like she was having a really hard time down there.
Well, she went down first too, didn't she?
Did.
Good.
Well, that makes sense.
All right, so let's see. After they come up, this thing submerges underneath, so you can't, like, even the tentacles go under the water. So then, after it goes down, the smaller robed yellow figures sort of all collapse to the ground, writhing and screaming. Like something has gone terribly wrong. The kids that are nearby them just shriek and run past for the hallway.
I don't blame them.
Like they're just, the girls are just like ah, ah! running away. And then Rustler. Rustler's gotta
Uh-oh.
make a saving throw.
Oh my god, please.
If I fail this one, I'm dead.
I
You're
know.
dead, yeah. What?
Oh, no! All right,
Rip.
so
Oh no. Oh no.
all right. So yeah, so Rustler, he stops moving in the water near Kimmy.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
He's rustled for his last
I
time.
know. All right, so then
It really rustles my jimmies.
Crona. Oh.
See you later, bear girl.
No.
Oh no, his bear cloak is floating there. Oh no! Not the cloak.
All right. Well, are these things still alive and shrieking? How it is?
They look. Make a perception check where you are as you're looking
All
at them.
right. Oh, that's not good.
Shit.
It's good enough to see. It looks like they're possibly melting within the robes
Oh,
and
okay.
like turning
Is that
into
all?
like puddles of mucus.
Okay, well, if they're going to die from this, then I guess I don't have to worry about dealing with them myself. So I guess that's a good thing.
So what do you want to do?
That is a good question. I guess I could. I can't really move. I mean, I could try to go. I guess I could technically double move to the kid and try to help it out of the water.
Sure.
I'm assuming I have to make a swim check.
You would make an athletics check.
Oh, an athletics check, right? Let's do that. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So you get there, but you're kind of like you're gonna take a little bit to get back with her. Like you're struggling a little bit, and your armor kind of makes it a little more difficult. All right. So after Crona is Kimmy.
Oh, you know what Kimmy's gonna do?
No, what's Kimmy gonna do?
Kimmy's gonna run over to Anders.
Oh, in
Gonna charge
hyena
over
form.
there. In hyena form, giant hyena. This giant, like 10-foot hyena.
Anders is
And-
like,
Covered in blood all over its mouth.
Yeah, covered in blood. She's gonna give Anders like a big lick, and pick him up by like his shirt and her jaws.
he looks completely distressed at the moment.
I love him so much. And I'm gonna start running over to where the kobold is with Anders.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just bolt. All right. So, the floor was shaking, and now it
Mhm.
starts to shake a little bit, more, like
Okay.
just trembling.
That's what I figured.
And you see rocks start to kind of come loose from the ceiling and start to drop, and drop. And so Kimmy, how far can you get toward the door?
Let's see. How far was it
You were
over there?
there, so you went 5, 10, 15, 20. You went about 30 feet to get to Anders.
Okay, so I can go another 20 feet.
So you kind of get over here.
Hyena's
Alright.
got big movement.
They do. All right. So these creatures just start to melt away and melt, but the ceiling above you is shaking, and Crona, you are close enough to see this little girl kind of moves this way toward you because she doesn't want to go near the hyena. You see this other figure. He had been standing on the other side in shadow, and now he sort of steps out of the shadow next to where the woman is, and he looks back at her, and he just scratches his chin. He's got this little beard, and he shakes his head, and he says, well, that didn't work out the way I thought it was going to, but I'm kind of glad that it did. I guess this means that I'll have to see you all again in the future, though. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, sorry, what?
But until then, I mean, I'd like to see you make that appearance, so I guess I can do you one favor. And Crona, make me a perception check while he's talking and scratching his chin and looking at you all.
Lovely. Let's see if I can do this one better than I did the last time. I did do better.
You did.
Better.
You notice he's standing in the shallows. He's wearing this long black cloak. But you notice his lower legs, you can see, are furred. And you can't see the bottoms, but you...
Interesting.
And he says, I had to keep a promise. You don't want to break promises. They can go badly. But this just means that the future's even more interesting for me. So until then... And he snaps a finger. And you guys are all standing outside in the sunlight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, sure. Are the kids with us?
Yeah, like the whole group of you.
Is Rustler's body with us?
Rustler is sitting against a tree.
Oh, man.
And Rustler, your eyes open.
Oh, you know what? You know what?
Scott's face. I don't know what to think of that either, bud.
And in your
Do I
palm,
get an alignment change? Am I like a revenant now? Or?
no, but when you look down in your palm, Rustler, you're holding a little. It's like a little pin in the shape of like 2 musical notes.
Oh man, like the violin, the music, creepy
I hate music.
Ah.
And the kids are just kind of looking around, like the sun's out. Like when you guys went inside, the sky had gone like dark and like foreboding,
yeah.
like unnaturally. And now the sun is shining. And then you hear from behind you this loud like clatter of rock, and you kind of turn, and you see the castle, and it's like collapsing in on itself.
Awesome.
And then you hear a little voice from behind the tree. You see a head stick out, and you hear a kobold go, "Oh shit! How do we get outside?" He runs over and grabs Kimmy. He grabs Kimmy's hand and holds Kimmy's hand.
Well, it's a
Oh
big
my
paw right now.
God.
It's a big hyena paw.
Yeah, it just.
Aw.
Dang.
I pat him on the head with my paw.
And you guys can see in the dirt, leading away and then disappearing about 30 feet away, hooven prints.
Oh, fuck you. Like, always, every time. Motherfucker.
But yeah, so you just hear the collapsing of stone, and as the castle falls in, and looking at it, you realize, had you still been inside, that whole thing would have come down on your heads.
That's what I figured.
So, what do you do in this moment?
Go back to town.
Well, first, Kimmy's in shock, and she turns back into little Kimmy, and she's covered in her blood and that thing's blood. She has scratches all over. She's missing her hat. Her uniform's all torn, and she just gives Anders a big kiss on the lips.
Anders is like he gives you a kiss back, and he's kind of like he takes like a piece of shirt and like wipes your face.
Oh,
and he's like, Kimmy, you're all right?
You're all right.
Yeah, I did. I came up and like I was on the surface of the water, and there was like this whole like city, and then I got sucked back in and sucked back out. It was really, really terrifying.
That really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I just give him a hug and I cry.
And Rustler, you look down where like you had been swallowed by this creature. There's like a healed hole like in your upper chest.
Ooh.
It looks like something stabbed you.
Oh,
but
no.
but you've been healed from whatever had been stabbed into you.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
And as you guys are hugging and stuff, Kimmy, a little piece of like scrolled parchment kind of tumbles out from a pocket of your messed up uniform.
I don't know if Kimmy would notice at the moment.
Anybody who wants to make a perception check to notice can.
Oh, sorry, let me roll that. Yeah, Kimmy doesn't notice.
Aw, Kimmy.
Yeah, she's too caught up in the moment.
Looks like Bree definitely notices.
Don't litter.
Don't litter in my forest.
Don't drop things like that. So Bree, you see this tiny little scrolled piece of parchment sort of tumble out of Kimmy's pocket.
I go to pick it up and I'll tell her.
Oh. What is it?
It's rolled up. It's like this fine little parchment paper, and it's got a little seal with a little musical note pressed in the wax.
Did you hand it to me, Bree?
Yes.
Oh no.
Put it in your pocket. I'd give it back to you.
Kimmy will open it.
All right, so you open it up, and there is a scribed note in a very fine, precise handwriting. Do you read it to yourself or out loud?
I'll read it out loud.
All right, so it says,
Uh,
My dearest friends, I saw two paths for you, your debts or your success. I hoped for your success, as I have seen that you will be much more interesting a few years from now when we meet again. But until then, I hope that you are happy and comfortable in your lives. And I am excited for the things that we will do together. You have stopped a great evil, but you have also enabled what could be a greater one, and I am excited for what's come next. Good luck to you. I hope your lives until then are interesting. Your dearest friend, Raksha.
Boo.
Okay.
So,
Thanks? Question mark.
so you guys are left standing sort of on this hill. The threat, it looks like, has been dealt with.
I look around at all my friends and I say, let's get the fuck out of here.
Seconded.
Rustler seems to be in a daze, so he's not really paying attention, and he just starts casually walking back to the village.
Kimmy will come up to Rustler and just sort of like hold his hand, and with the other hand pull out a cookie and hold it up to him.
He looks down, hesitates for a bit. When I say hesitate, I mean doesn't really react.
Yeah.
But then he gently picks up the cookie and nods to you. And he slowly starts to eat it, and he continues walking.
All right, so
He's a sad bird boy.
so we'll go. That's the end of the hostilities in Raven's Hill for now. You guys go back, and you bring back the kids. Everybody is so excited to see their children alive and safe. You are hailed as great heroes. Even like over the course of just only a few days, you have literally brought the town from absolute ruin. When you explain a little bit about what was transpiring, people can't even believe what they're hearing. It's so absolutely out of this world. And you realize as you talk about it a little bit, like this was like almost like a long term ritual that had been happening. Like this whoever this was, whatever he was doing. And when you talk about it a little more, you do realize that this creature, though deformed and grotesque, you realize that he definitely matches the description of the gentleman who founded the town. So this has almost been like a long planned event that he orchestrated and planned and created over this time.
You might say a long con.
A long con. But yeah, so you guys get to go back, and you're kind of praised as heroes. So I'm gonna go around as you guys kind of go back to your lives. What do you think? We'll start with, say, Dustin. For like maybe for like, you know, the next couple years, like what's Dustin's plan after all this? Like his goal was, you know, to go on an adventure, and I mean, I don't know, what does he think now after all of this happening?
I think he becomes adrenaline junkie and he starts seeking out danger. And like part of that is that rush, but part of it is like he's like, if I don't have to fight someone in a couple of years, I gotta get strong. So he's like just trying to get some XP, you might say, some experience.
Some XP, you might say.
Okay. What about Crona? What does Crona think? Crona, you and you kind of, I would say, Crona, you sort of had a lot of like buried kind of emotions about your past. You kind of feel like you've sort of buried a demon from what happened to you before and the loss of the people you loved. So what do you think the next few years look like?
I mean, considering that the person who helped us, or person quote unquote, kind of has an idea or knowledge that we're going to meet again for a bigger problem in the future, possibly, Crona would probably attempt to get stronger because he feels like he could have been more helpful if he were.
So you delve deeper into the secrets you've already started to sort of explore?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you go on adventures with Dustin?
Hell yeah.
You know, I honestly, Dustin's the person who helped Crona to actually like kind of like accept, you know, and not be as afraid of everyone else, and is kind of like more of Crona's role model at this point. So I suppose, yeah. Okay.
And what about Rustler? Like Rustler had a very traumatic experience in all this.
I got a metagame. Would we level up after this?
Oh yeah,
I'm not doing that right now.
Yes, definitely. You would at least gain a
Okay.
5th level at this point. Yes.
So,
These are the questions.
years
people.
from town, no one sees him again. He actually leaves. He's trying to forget in more ways than one. He actually goes to different towns, like he's trying to run away, so to speak. And he gets a habit of drinking.
Oh, Rustler.
So
It's
he's
quite
probably gonna, like,
unfortunate.
do jobs just so he gets enough money so he can drink and maybe like find a little crack house to stay in at the night or something.
Oh, man.
no.
Oh man. Oh man.
Especially tries to stay away from Kimmy because he just feels the guilt. But he's gonna feel after that coming back from the dead, maybe some abilities that he didn't have before.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I asked.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bree, what do you think?
Well, I mean, she's probably going to keep an eye on the town a little bit more, make more frequent trips into town, because normally she stays out in her home in the woods. So she'll probably come more frequently to make sure everything is copacetic, because she's afraid of what's going to come back.
Is it really over?
Yeah, but she's still gonna stick close to town. I mean, this town, it's been her home for a very long time now. So
and even more of a like a protecting spirit, like
yeah, she has a lot of ties to the town.
And so for Kimmy, one of the things too, with the loss of the councilman, who was basically the town mayor, in a sort of emergency election, Gerald Tanth is promoted to councilman. So
Oh my god.
More reason for me to stay, because
Exactly.
I get along with him for the most part. Somebody tries to tell me what to do when I'm older than him.
They and it's a lot to do with he is looked at as, you know, he was your father, the hero, and so they kind of look to him as like he's always been a very smart person.
Yeah.
So he takes over the role. So what does Kimmy's next couple of years look like?
Well, I suspect Kimmy helps her dad, probably ups her tinkering abilities a lot, probably helps out around town, makes some improvements here and there. Her and Anders probably actually start dating, you know.
Yeah, Anders is totally into it.
Yeah, I don't.
He thinks Kimmy is like the bravest person he's ever met.
I think Anders is pretty great too. He killed that skeleton horse, man.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Anders works with Geraldtanth and creates a repeating slingshot for Kimmy that can shoot. It can do like 3 shots in quick succession. Yeah,
Have you seen that? There is such thing as a repeating slingshot. It's like rotating like multiple slingshots together.
Yeah. So Kimmy wasn't sure because she started to notice there are these random holes like in the wall in Geraldtanth's like workroom. And when you'd ask, he was really cagey about why, but it turns out that was like when they were trying to get it to work. There was a lot of malfunctions leading up to it, but they eventually got a good working model that Anders gives to you.
Oh man.
Kimmy absolutely loves it. Absolutely loves it. And Kimmy probably goes on adventures with Dustin and Crona and everybody when she can.
Yeah, I might occasionally pop out onto some adventures.
Yeah.
And
she looks for Rustler as much as she can, but never really. He's always one step ahead of her, you know.
Yep. He's very sneaky. Also, Dustin, you randomly find, like, as you go on adventures and come back, like, your little house, randomly, like, there's improvements made to it, and, like, nobody knows, like, there's just people working on it. It's like, who's financing it? After, like, the first year of this happening, and, like, you got a new porch, you get, like, a second story, and
Nice.
It's like, what is going on? Eventually, it does slip that the moneylender is so concerned about upsetting you that he has decided to sort of just bankroll making your life as comfortable as possible.
Oh, nice.
Because he's seen what you get like when you're mad, and he wants you to be completely happy if you're in town.
That's
So
funny.
Altu is like that's his whole thing is like, no, when that guy's around, he better be happy because he scares me.
Should be afraid.
Yep. So you've totally, and also Sheriff Mortimer does sort of give you all like authority in town as protectors when you do work or anything like that. You've earned the trust of the sheriff. So more so
Nice.
even than his deputies and stuff like that. Like he sends his deputies to like you guys to be trained.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
So,
Awesome.
is there anything else? Anything?
The moneylender thing reminded me. Kimmy also gives cookies to that guard who saved her way back. Make sure his wife never finds out. You know,
There's a secret
on
cookie
the
drop.
down low.
So
Yeah.
So Eric puts on like 10 or 15 pounds, and it's never explained why he has to take up a training regimen with Dustin to
I was
kind
gonna
of
say he's training with us, so it might be 10 pounds of muscle.
Yep. So
That's a good point.
he takes up extra training regimens with Dustin just to make sure that the wife doesn't catch on to the cookie sneaking.
He just has the lumberjack build where he's actually super built, but he's got the belly.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And
It
and
makes
you
sense because Dustin's lumberjack too.
yep.
That's right.
And one other thing that you do is eventually, with the help of the priest, Father Grimble, you do a special ceremony to lay Arenol to the bird to rest. Because that night, and every night until you lay him to rest, he does appear for Dustin, and he follows him around. But he doesn't say murder anymore. He just says, Dustin, Dustin.
Oh.
But eventually, he does walk you through the steps of putting him to rest. You do have a very, very stressful battle with these haunted gargoyles that come to life during the ceremony, but you manage to kill them handedly, and Arenol is put to rest. Leary is happy, and you guys have sort of brought peace back to this little town that was almost destroyed.
As happy as a little girl whose pet died can be.
Well,
Okay.
Kimmy probably works in the years here to make her like a little clockwork raven.
Aww.
Arenel too.
Yes, she names him Arenol the Second. All right, so is everybody happy with their character stories for now?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
For now.
For now.
All right, so yeah, so that is the end of this adventure. The party has saved this little hamlet from this dark curse that seems to have been stewing underneath the surface for so many years. So we'll eventually I'd like to come back and maybe see the party a few levels higher, come back and deal with this down the road, not right away. All right, who wants to do shout outs? Cullen? No? Okay.
I mean, did you have to start with me? Because I don't know what that was to say.
I love it. Casey, you want to say anything?
Sure. Well, I don't have Twitter or anything, and I don't really play that many games on Twitch, so that's why I haven't usually done these before. But I do have an Instagram. If you guys have ever noticed that looks like I'm only half paying attention because I'm usually sewing something at the same time. So, if you're interested, you can follow me on Instagram, where I mostly post pictures of me sewing and sometimes some food that I make. So,
Cool.
there you go.
All
like
right. How about Ian?
I don't. You can follow me on Twitter if you want, but I'm not very active. So it's at Cool Beans Ian.
I love the name. All right, Scott.
The usual that I have here. I got Retroverse, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time on every Friday. They just got done dealing with a Minotaur that was probably just as emotionally traumatizing as what Rustler just had to go through. And we got Adventures in Tranquil Sea, where they're currently in the Abyss. They met the Leomund, and they're going to try to defeat a demon lord with
awesome.
with Doom Guy. So that's going to be crazy. That'll be Saturdays Eastern Standard. On my Twitch channel, which I've been posting in the comments and stuff. So
Good.
yeah,
Awesome. All right.
It's Scotty Hood with zeros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, what do you got?
Okay, I got a lot. Tuesday, right here on this channel, Call of Cthulhu. Scott's gonna be there too. French Revolution.
yeah. I was gonna let you guys get that one.
A lot of weird shit going on there too. Hopefully, it ends just as happily as this. It won't.
At least as happy.
At least. Thursday on the Greyhawk channel, I am on Secrets of Castle Greyhawk. We're back. I'm playing Gundar Varkstone, Dwarf Arcana Cleric. We're going into the second demi-plane of the original D&D dungeon. Ooh. Saturday, I think at 3:00 on Power Square RPG, Jeanette, Scott, and I are doing more Peril at the Port. My character got turned to dust last time from some cursed pirate gold. So will she come back? I don't know.
Mistakes were made.
Listen, audience, it was 1,500 necrotic damage. Instantaneous. There was no save or anything. So what was I supposed to do?
Mistakes were made.
That's what happens when you take cursed gold, and you know it's cursed gold, and you take all of the cursed gold.
Exactly.
And I meant to know it's cursed gold.
Exactly. And when you know it's cursed gold.
I mean, we tried.
Yeah. So yeah, that should be fun.
Okay. And yeah, so Tuesday night, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Call of Cthulhu, Reign of Terror, right here on my channel. Things are getting interesting. And then Saturday I'll be playing with Dylan and Scott. And 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna run another adventure for a couple of sessions. I'm gonna do the Rats of Waterdeep adventure from the DM's Guild. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna run that for a couple weeks, and we'll see what else I come up with. So until then, I think that's everything. And thanks to those who watched here. Thanks to those who watched later on YouTube. I hope people enjoyed our little adventure. You know, we're just trying to have some fun. And we'll catch y'all later. So we're going to go.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Later.
Kimmy loves you.